in Ukraine from Russia is making everything harder at the moment. And I hope soon to have the chance to speak to the virtual message that will be sent by Zelensky. Kremlin has decided to use the energy sector as a weapon. They are aiming this tool as a target towards Europe. Kremlin has decided to instrumentalize the food industry and fertilizers against us. And this directly impacts developing countries. This war is teaching us we need to fade away from fossil fuels, as we have seen. This has already implied many changes in our economies. Dear sirs, we can see that this is making us more. This is making our lives harder. We want to accelerate the transition. We are resolved. We want to protect the oceans, forests, which constitutes our lungs and our capacity to live on this earth. The European Union is a cooperative. And we build our prosperity by using way too much fossil fuels and restricting nature. We need to, in a sense, compensate and try to compensate what we have done in the past. We have already contributed 20 billion euros in 2021 in order to transition, and we want to create new partnerships in the future to transition that is just and sensible to the problems that are being faced in the moment by developing countries. We also have a duty towards the younger generation who are growing up and are watching us. We have a duty towards them also, because they are our citizens in our countries, and we owe them. We have created our model on the idea of an easily accessible gas and fossil fuels. Our aim remains the same. We have to look at the issue at the moment as it is. We need to draw our transition. We need to draw the plans in accordance to what's happening right now in reality.
Nous devons diversifier autant que possible pour garantir la sécurité d'approvisionnement, tout en reconnaissant également que les pays en développement.
We need to lean on the strength of the transition capacity, all while recognizing that developing countries will also need to have our help. We have to be on the same pace as them and help them going through the same problems that we are facing. Yesterday, the UN Secretary General already said really well what needs to be done. We are choosing at the moment. We are choosing life. We need the realization at the moment. You can trust the EU
Thank you, Excellency.
to keep on walking this path of transition. That was Charles Michel, the President of the European Council. Soon we'll be hearing from Ursula von der Leyen, the President of the European Commission.
Ursula von der Leyen, President of the European
Now, just to recap, we're currently watching the second full day of the COP27 in Egypt. Over the next 2 weeks, an estimated 44,000 people will be attending this event, which is the largest climate conference this year.
In the same week that Russia invaded Ukraine, the IPCC issued a stark warning to the global community. Its message could not have been clearer. The climate is changing faster than our capacity to adapt. So the world must deliver better and faster. The global fossil fuel crisis must be a game changer. And my friends, let us not take the highway to hell. Let us earn the clean ticket to heaven. That is our responsibility. And for Europe, the answer is Repower EU. We're not just cutting our dependency on Russian fossil fuels. That is good, but that is not enough. But we are massively accelerating the rollout of renewables. The European Union's additional renewable capacity is set to more than double this year, up to 50 gigawatt. And if we accelerate, and if we scale up, and that's our plan, we can in the next year meet a new all-time record of over 100 gigawatt of additional renewable capacity. Because we know that every kilowatt hour of electricity that we generate by 2030, and that's cast in law. With our Fit for 55 package, we're putting in place the most ambitious legal framework worldwide. And we call on all major emitters to increase their ambitions too. And in addition, we need tangible progress on our global goal for adaptation. Those most in need in the developing world must be supported in adapting to a harsher climate. And this is also why the COP must make progress on averting, minimizing, and addressing loss and damage from climate change. It is high time to put this on the agenda. And finally, we urge our partners in the global north to step up their climate finance to the global south. Team Europe is providing its fair share of the $100 billion promise. For the second year in a row, we have exceeded 23 billion euros, despite the COVID pandemic, despite the Russian war. And a big bulk of our climate finance goes already to adaptation. So it is doable, and we call on others to step up too. My message to you today is Europe is staying the course, so let's do this journey together. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
That was Ursula von der Leyen, the President of the European Commission, speaking at COP27 in Egypt.
It is my pleasure to welcome
Earlier,
His
we heard from
Excellency,
Charles Michel, the
Mr.
President of
Andrei
the European
Nirina
Council.
Rajolina,
Von der Leyen
President of
spoke,
Madagascar.
and both leaders of the European Union referenced the EU's current plans in transitioning towards more renewable energy, and will stay with us throughout the day as we bring you more information from COP27.
This week on Euronews.
Dubai, a cosmopolitan city. The perfect place for creativity and inspiration. Meet authentic, talented and passionate people.
I do want to give confidence to women. The Dubai community as a whole has been very generous.
I realized I'm at the right place.
And experience the city like its inhabitants.